Hi everyone, welcome back to Mineral City TV. I'm your host, Raymond Hall. We're standing in front of room D4 and Persson Minerals. I always mispronounce Phil's name, I'm sorry about that again. But before we go in there and talk to him, I want to talk just briefly about these lovely little cases that you'll see scattered throughout Mineral City. All sorts of great little displays. I believe there's 12 different ones. This one is a great case put on by the young mineral collectors. And as you can see, just lovely specimens. And you can see these scattered throughout Mineral City for your pleasure. All right, so let's talk about Persson Minerals and Philip, and he's got some things to show us, so we're gonna go on and have a talk with him. Hey Phil, thanks for being on the show once again.
Welcome to the room, absolutely.
Philip's mostly known, well, was known for radioactive minerals. Well, he had a change of heart, and now he's got some more colorful stuff in his room and getting a lot of attention.
I decided I wanted to eat and have a roof over my head and some security. So don't be afraid, everybody. I'm still selling ugly minerals. I'm still selling rare minerals, but this is probably the most beautiful and maybe the most conventional my room has looked, and I'm okay with it. So
the room looks great.
Thank
so
you.
Let's get a tour.
Want to see some pretty minerals?
Let's see some pretty
All
minerals.
right.
Yeah. Where are we going to start?
The first thing I want to show you guys is something that's very, I guess we could say, on trend for right now. And these are these fluorites from Illinois. They really have gotten incredibly popular, and I love them too. I think they're wonderful, and you can see why they're so popular with collectors. I've got a really nice shelf of these this year from several old collections from Colorado and from other places. And there's one in particular, yeah, there we go, Ray, that I'd love to show you.
This is the one, yeah.
This is a really aesthetic piece. It's from the Minerva mine, which is probably the most famous mine in southern Illinois for fluorite. And what's cool about it is it's actually got a really nice blue color. And in fact, Ray, if you take it maybe down under the light, under the next shelf, there we go. Now you can really see some of that blue. You know, it's funny because these fluorites, a lot of them are backlit these days, but this one actually looks great with zero backlighting, which I like. My philosophy with these fluorites is if they're really good, they shouldn't need any backlighting, and this one looks good without backlighting.
Absolutely. And can you tell everyone what's going on here?
So these are dissolution holes from barite, and basically the idea is that barite formed pretty early when the fluorite crystals were forming, and then the barite is dissolved away. And this is very characteristic for Illinois, and it's a very classic thing that people kind of look for in Illinois fluorites. So this one came out of a friend's collection where it was for many years, and was really happy to get that before the show.
Absolutely, a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
I think I did that safely.
You absolutely did.
All right.
I'll have you maybe get one more out.
Sure, which one do you think we should show?
Which is this back center here. This is a big cube, a cube on a cube, so to speak. And again, it's got some beautiful color zoning that these are really kind of famous for. You can see there's kind of a blue zone and then a purple zone in the middle. I believe this is from the Denton mine, and just really aesthetically pretty. Again, it's easy to see why these are so popular with collectors.
Yeah, the blue
today.
zone there is really special.
Thank you. Yeah, so have found a home for a number of these fluorites already, and if you're interested in these fluorites, please feel free to get in touch with me and I can tell you more about them. So the next thing I have here is something new, brand new for me. I actually just put these out 2 days ago, and these are Malachite and Azerite specimens from the Shilu mine, which is in southern China. So this material is not new. It was actually mined about anywhere from 10 to 20 years ago. And I've always liked this material, and my main guy I'm working with for Chinese minerals actually did a trip down to this area recently specifically for me and was able to get me a really nice selection of both the chatoyant malachite and the azurite roses. And I really like how they display together. It's a great combination. And what's interesting too is that you don't see a lot of these on the US market necessarily because they're very popular in China. So traditionally Chinese collectors have actually valued these more highly and kind of sought them out more than American collectors. But I think they're really cool. And one piece I want to show in particular that Mark is showing right now is this big azurite. This is very unusual. So this is actually a stalactitic sort of botryoidal azurite, and it's from the same location as the chatoyant malachite. And,
yeah, I'm not going to pick that one up.
Yeah, that's a big one. And it's about a foot across there. And it's just a really interesting piece. It's very unusual to get these bubbly botryoidal azurites like that. It's the only one I've seen in that size range. So I thought those were were pretty cool.
So there is some new production at the Sheila mine, isn't there? But not the
There
stalactite
is.
growth?
So the stalactite growth was about 2019. There was a big find of those, and then there was a previous find about 10 years before that. The azurites have not been found in about 20 years, so the azurites are pretty old. And these are ones that were stashed away, and some of them have multiple roses grown together, which is quite unusual. To get a cluster like this of roses is not that common, especially when they're all complete like this and they're not damaged or anything. So I was happy to get some of these with the malachite. It's kind of nice having them together.
They do look great together. It's a beautiful case.
Thank you.
And it's nice to see some color in here.
Yep, lots of color this year.
All right, so what else do you want to show us today?
So we're going to keep going with the color theme and go over to this case of African minerals. So I've always appreciated minerals from Africa. I haven't really done a ton of business with African minerals in the past, but I actually have a new collaboration with a friend importing minerals mostly from the DR Congo. And I'm going to make a quick public service announcement, which I'm sure Spear for Minerals have already told you, Ray, which is that there are two Congos. One is the Republic of Congo, ROC, and the other is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. They're different countries. It's a little bit confusing. But these are from the Katanga region of the DR Congo. And that's an area that's been famous for minerals for a very long time. It's produced an incredible variety, abundance of minerals like malachite, dioptase, torbernite, chrysocolla, all kinds of beautiful, colorful minerals.
And of course, the beautiful
from this area.
bright pink cobalto and calcites, which
Yep.
everyone loves.
And one thing I want to focus on in particular in this case are these primary malachite crystals. So these are from the Mashamba West mine, and these were found in the 1980s, but these are the best quality malachite crystals that I've personally seen since the 1980s find. To get these big, blocky malachite crystals like this is quite unusual.
I'd have to agree. I think that might be some of the best I've seen as well. Those are outstanding.
Thank you. And the luster is really good. And there's actually two styles of these. One is just these groups of crystals like this. And then the other is actually crystals with chrysocolla, which is kind of an interesting combination. So here you have these nice blocky malachite crystals with chrysocolla. And it's just a really nice color contrast to have the primary malachite with the chrysocolla association. And these are also from the Mashamba mine area, which is in near Kolwezi in Katanga region. So
Nice luster on that
Thank
one.
you. Yeah, lots of activity happening in this area now. And it's mainly Chinese led. So a lot of these minerals are actually going directly to China, especially things like malachite. So luckily my partner I'm working with on this material has contacts in the Congo, and we have folks working directly over there helping us get new material. And one other thing I'll point out while we're in this case are these scepters, these amethyst scepters. These are from the Chiredzi district in Zimbabwe. I'm sure lots of you watching have seen these before. They've been available on the market the past 4 or 5 years, but I was happy to get a nice lot of these. And some of them are just very cute. You get little ones like this with very nice color and nice scepter form. And I think compared to this quality of scepter amethyst from other places in the world, certainly Namibia and maybe Madagascar, these are pretty affordable. And for those of you looking for nice quality amethyst that's going to still be pretty affordable, I think these are a good pick.
Definitely.
And they're just very attractive, very good luster. They have hematite in them, which makes them really kind of similar to the Namibian ones in some ways. So I've got a nice selection of these, and most of them are under $100.
Okay, well, enough of pretty, colorful minerals.
Yes.
Let's look at something that maybe might not
All right.
be as bright and colorful, but something you specialize in and you're known
Yes,
for.
thank you. We're going to talk about copper now. So just to make sure that those of you who know my business don't think I've lost my mind here with all these beautiful minerals. So copper is probably my favorite mineral, and I'm sort of known for copper. And I got a really nice batch of these copper specimens from the Chino mine in New Mexico earlier last year. And this is a mine that's famous for copper crystals that occur in a variety of different styles. So the style that's probably most well known would be this type. And this is a particularly large piece with this kind of herringbone crystallization like this. This is very characteristic for the Chino mine. And it's the only place in the world that I really know of where you get big plates of this spinel twin with very sharp right angle crystallization. So this was a piece that I actually cleaned and prepped myself and came out pretty nicely. And it is from a find probably about 10 years ago at the Chino mine.
It
And
is really impressive.
Thank you. And the last piece I want to show here is going to be another one of these Chino mine coppers. And this is actually from a different pocket. So it's the same mine, but it's a different part of the mine in a different pocket. And this is this big group of spinel twins here. And you can see this central spinel twin. This is about 7-8 centimeters going into the matrix as well. And it's very rare to get big clusters of spinel twins like this. And the backside is very nice as well. Just super sharp crystals. And what I really like about these is the patina. It's completely natural. It's a cuprite patina. So unlike most of the coppers from the Chino mine, this has never been cleaned with acid or anything. This is exactly how it came out, just washed with a little bit of water.
That is great. Thank you for showing those.
Absolutely, thank you. Well, Ray, thank you.
Thank you, Phil, for once again being on
Yes.
here and showing us your great stuff. And don't worry, guys, he still has radioactive minerals. You can come talk to him about it, ask him about it.
I do. We can set that Geiger counter off, and it'll be taken in here. So.
All right, well, thank you so much,
Yeah.
everyone. We'll see you tomorrow on Mineral City TV.
Thank you.